Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Dave Herndon.
I'm David Comer.
And we're going to bring you another comic book review.
Yes, we are. This time around we're dealing with Spider-Man number 2. It's number 2 of 5 in this limited series. It's crossing over the two universes in Marvel, Dave.
And I got to tell you, as much as I really enjoyed the first one, I fell in love with this one.
It's peanut butter, it's chocolate, they're combining, and we're loving it in our mouths, metaphorically. You know, Spider-Man, yes. Brian Michael Bendis, love him dearly. Great writer. And Sam Pichelli, excellent artist. Just a great book all the way around. And it's the first crossover with the Ultimates in the Marvel Universe. And Dave, so far, I am so hooked. It's crazy.
Well, I got to tell you, and unfortunately it happened more near the end of the book, but it's not really spoiling anything. But when Peter Parker first meets Nick Fury, sorry, I went blank there for a second. But when Peter Parker meets
Miles
Nick
Morales.
Fury,
Oh yes, yeah, Nick Fury.
when Peter Parker meets the ultimate Nick Fury for the first time,
was hilarious.
it was great. And like, I know the name, I know the eye patch, what's going on? And
Yes.
for those of you that don't follow comics as well, you're probably not actually watching the video, but you know, in the Peter Parker of this world if the Ultimate world is dead. So the Peter Parker that's in this book came from the original, what is it, the 616 world?
Mm-hmm.
And he crossed dimensions, yada yada yada. We covered that in the last review. But he crossed over in this new dimension. In the Ultimate Universe, Nick Fury is modeled after Sam Jackson, which is, 6'5" black guy. In the old universe, Nick Fury
looks more like a J. Jonah Jameson who's cut with muscles and with no mustache and graying sideburns.
Yeah.
And a flat top. Pretty much.
A completely different character.
Right.
I love both characters, but when he met Nick Fury for the first time, it was great. Especially because Nick Fury didn't know what was going on exactly, so he really wasn't in on the joke.
Right. Yeah, again, very cool. And obviously the Ultimate Spider-Man, you're dealing with Miles Morales. Not even a high schooler.
Not even a junior high. He's from grade school.
Which I don't know how I feel about that. Not that I'm an ageist, but I am. Just kidding. I know it's a little tough to wrap your mind around it. It's kind of stupid to have a hero that young. Yes, I'm saying it. But again, though, it's I love the costume. I love the idea, especially the fact that Peter Parker's dead in the Ultimate Universe, and the whole meeting between them. See, we were teased a little at the end of the first issue. They finally come face to face, but it's the last page.
Bam!
This
issue
one,
over.
Yeah, exactly. This time around, you pick right up at that point. You get to see the interaction between them. It's worth a laugh or two, and it's just kind of neat.
The fight scenes were great. And of course, I haven't been following the Ultimate Spider-Man since Miles took over. But apparently Miles has a few powers that Peter never had.
Yes.
The spider sting, or venom sting, I think they called it.
Turning invisible.
And then, of course, the chameleon factor.
Yes.
And Peter knew nothing about these. At one point, Peter throws Miles over the roof, off a roof, and then all of a sudden he's like, oh wait, maybe I shouldn't have done that. And he dives off the roof after him, but Miles is gone.
So he thinks. And I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up the cover is excellent. So you got the broken glass, you got a little, of each in that picture. I'm kind of over the moon on this series. Obviously, there's a lot, there's a lot of details that have to be worked out, especially with, coming from the villain side and how they're going to, come together to fight them. And I don't know, but so far I have to give this one an A-.
For the second time today, and for those of you that don't know, we actually are recording 4 of these reviews today, and they'll be spread out and shared on the blog and our website. So, but for the second time today, I'm giving another A, and I don't think I've given an A yet before today, but I'm giving another A. This book, I loved the last book. I believe I gave that a B+, or maybe an A-. This one has everything in it the last one had going for it, and just that much more. And again, I love Brian Michael Bendis. He's one of my top 3 to 5 writers that are active right now.
Yes.
Possibly in my top 5 to 10 of all time.
He's definitely the 1% of the comic talent world.
I mean, again, I can't find anything to say bad about this book.
Not at all, not at all. But for me, some details have to be hashed out again with the villain they're fighting and some of the details. But again, though, just minor quibbles. As a whole, though, yeah, it's a tremendous book and it's definitely worth your time.